You're listening to Spotlight on Business on Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. Once again, here's your host, Laura Smith.
Welcome back to the Merchant Alliance show, with this episode being the star is Bill Furstenberger. He is the executive director of Ruthmere Foundation. You're a star because you run a really amazing organization there, the foundation. Tell me, because I said I moved here 5 years ago, I don't know all of the history of Ruthmere, and if you could kind of encapsulate that for us, it would be wonderful.
Absolutely. So we are a two-house museum campus, Ruthmere Mansion, which has been open and available to the public for 52 years now, since 1973. And then 10 years ago, we opened our second house museum, the Havilah Beardsley House, which is 2 blocks to the west of Ruthmere.
Yes, and it was also my uncle's, and my great-grandmother's home. They lived there. Uncle Doc
Smith.
Yes. Laura Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. A.B. Smith. He was known as Uncle Doc.
Yeah.
He was one of the first chiropractors to graduate out of the first chiropractor school in the United States. I believe that was in Kentucky. And
okay, Laura, we're discovering something live on this show right now because my step-grandfather, Art Kistner, sold that house to your grandfather.
That was my uncle, my
great
uncle.
Your great uncle.
But his mother was my great grandma.
So this is going to be one of the things that we also do in our new Beardsley Discovery Center building, which is being completed just to the north of Havilah Beardsley House. We are going to start offering, when that building opens in this fall, the program we are calling Family Tree Explorer. It's going to be free family genealogy research coaching for the public. They just sign up for a time. You come in. We're going to subscribe to every digital database of information for genealogy around the world, and it's going to be all at people's fingertips. Whether you've studied your family history never before, or you're looking for that one little tiny piece of obscure data that you've never been able to get a hold of, we're going to be able to help you do that free of charge with this new program.
You are kidding me. Bill, This is incredible. How incredible, because it just means so much. Like my great-grandma, Viola Smith, she lived in the house with Uncle Doc, her son, and every time, so we'd go there when I was like 5 years old, and we lived on Simonton Lake. I grew up overseas in Brazil mostly, but this is while we still lived in Elkhart, and we would go there, and she had these gigantic sugar cookies she used to bake for us, and they would be warm out of the oven, and you'd walk into that Havilah Beardsley home, and it would be wafting with the sugar cookie smell.
Amazing.
And my sweet grandma, who I adored, and yeah, it's just that, but I don't really know all of the history of my family.
You'll have to come and sit and spend some time with us, and we'll be happy to get you connected with your family history.
What an incredible service, and you're offering this free of charge.
We're offering it free. I'm still discussing our presenting underwriter with this. It'll be a corporate underwriter group that's going to make this possible, because this is going to take some time and expense to be able to do, but it's going to happen. I promise you.
Oh my gosh. This is absolutely thrilling news. I have a feeling this was your big first announcement to the audience that you weren't even expecting to do.
I was not expecting to talk about this today. No, I wasn't. So where were we before?
We were at the history of the Ruthmere home, and we talked about a little bit about the Havilah Beardsley, which was the first house in Elkhart, correct?
First brick home in Elkhart. That's correct. Yes.
Havilah Beardsley bought the land of Elkhart
from Chief Pierre Moran, right?
Yes.
And that was their relationship, which was that's a whole radio show in itself. In a nutshell, I'll just say very unusual for its times in the 19th century to have a positive relationship between a Native American community and leader, and also an aspiring Anglo-Saxon American settler entrepreneur like Havilah Beardsley. But these two men did, and it was not as contentious as we normally think of in that era. It wasn't perfect,
right.
but they supported each other in beautiful ways, and we love to tell that story every day.
Oh, I think if I'm correct, you this morning you had a lot of times you'll have the family free day for the Havilah Beardsley
Sunday,
home.
we had Free Family Sunday, and it was this past Sunday, yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Now, back to the Ruthmere.
Yes.
And so who owned the Ruthmere?
So Ruthmere is the next generation after Havilah Beardsley. That is the nephew of Havilah Beardsley, Albert Beardsley. And Albert was connected with Miles Pharmaceuticals. So Miles Laboratories and the wealth that comes out of Miles Laboratories is what builds Ruthmere as a beautiful mansion house.
Oh, I see. And my father worked at Miles Laboratories.
Of course he did.
No, but I mean, it's just it all comes full circle. And I do know somebody who told me that his grandparents, I believe, lived in another spectacular home that was next to Ruthmere, but was taken down to put the Presbyterian church in.
Well, there were 3 grand homes in that block. The first 2 were taken down to actually build the church, and the one that you're referring to, which was another Beardsley home, the Andrew Hubble Beardsley house, that was taken down a few years after the church was built, so that they could expand their parking lot.
Yeah.
But hey, we have a wonderful relationship with the First Presbyterian Church. I don't want this to in any way reflect.
No.
And their church is now on the National Register for being a historic 20th century modern design. And they are doing wonderful things with that building and that facility. Over time, the landscape changes, right?
Yes.
And we are stewards of trying to make those decisions thus as smart ones.
I really pray going forward, though, that because that's been one of the things that I, moving back and finding out that there was an Andrew Carnegie Library down the street that got knocked down and there's a parking lot now. Things like that, just kind of like, oh my gosh, and the church is the Presbyterian church is beautiful, and I go to the services there sometimes, and lovely, lovely, beautiful music, and it's really beautiful. But we have some old buildings left in Elkhart. Let's hope they remain there.
Well, the historic preservation movement has adapted and changed and become more robust over time. And in 1960, it certainly isn't what it is today.
That's wonderful to know. And people like you, Bill Furstenberger, really, truly, it's people like you that keep history alive and keep it so that it's actually living still, and you keep creating these wonderful experiences, the word you used in our first segment today, to keep it alive for people, to keep it, people won't want to do away with, because you just keep making it fresh for today, and that's what you're doing. In fact, Juke, that we were talking about before, and Abby Thomas, wonderful musician who's doing something. Tell us a little bit more about that initiative, because that's new for Elkhart.
So the Abby Thomas and Simon Kaufman Hurst 2-piano concert is the first in a new 2 pianos at Ruthmere music series. We're known for our classical music concerts. We have a spring concert series. We have a fall concert series. And we've noticed in the past that when we book artists that can play both of our pianos that are downstairs in the game room for a 2-piano concert, they tend to just be wildly popular. And so we're like, maybe this is something we should break out and do as an ongoing series. So they are kicking this off. And because it's a new series, Juke and Music Town Elkhart is behind it. And they're going to be, kind of a sponsor moving forward with this series. We have another one coming up for holiday music in December with the Norell duo doing holiday classics, 2 pianos. And then for the 250th celebration in next year, we already have one on the books for patriotic. So it's going to be a really, really cool series moving forward.
Yes, and it's something that I think makes Elkhart really stand out, so special and exclusive, really. And we're very fortunate. I mean, I'm just so excited about all of this, and I'm going to come to all of it too. So with all of that you have to offer, what is a good place for people to be able to find out the different things that are going on at any given time at the Ruthmere?
Of course, our
and Havilah Beardsley also.
Of course, our website, ruthmere.org, but we're also very active on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those
follow them all.
Yes, follow them all. But Ruthmere.org, I mean, that's our one-stop shop. And when you go to the splash page, the homepage right now, you're going to see a big announcement for something that is the last thing I really wanted to plug today, if I can. And,
Sure.
And that is a benefit concert that we are going to be having at the new Wellfield Gardens Outdoor Pavilion. It's called Bridgerton in the Gardens. And whether your listeners are Bridgerton fans or aren't Bridgerton fans or don't know what Bridgerton is, here's the concept. We take contemporary music that's by pop artists, and it's performed with classical music instruments. And so we partnered with the Calhaven Strings, and they are going to blast wonderful pop songs throughout Wellfield Gardens at their new beautiful pavilion. It also comes with, food and beverage, hospitality for ticket holders. And so if they just go to Ruthmere.org, see the big Bridgerton in the Gardens bubble there, click on that, they can learn all they want to about it.
I don't think it gets any better.
August 7th.
August 7th. Coming up.
Yes.
So much to look forward to. Again, follow their socials or just go to Ruthmere.org. Bill Furstenberger, Executive Director of the Ruthmere Foundation, thank you for all you do for our community. Make it more beautiful, taste better, sound better, and just honestly really bringing us neighbors together in a very beautiful way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for this show to help get the word out.
Absolutely. It's the Merchant Alliance show. That's what he's talking about. And all the merchants in downtown Elkhart that are a part of it really, truly do everything they can to bring wonderful events, wonderful products, and everything you can imagine in businesses to downtown Elkhart. You can go to dodowntownelkhart.com for all the information on all the wonderful venues and doings. I'm Laura Smith. Thank you for joining us.
If you missed any part of today's show, log on to 953mnc.com and look for the Spotlight on Business podcast. Be sure to tune in again next Sunday afternoon at 4:30 for Spotlight on Business on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Podcasts by Federated Media.